today, actually, because Doug has been all over the news today over something that's going super viral right now, because Doug was actually the one who pretty much stepped in and saved them. So
it took that fool, the little fool, you know how long to jump in? I also timed it. It took that little fool 8 seconds to jump in from the moment he got slammed. All right? And it took the big fool 14 seconds to get in there and back him up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 6 seconds of him already watching the little guy not being able to handle it. So 14 seconds this hero had to stop this, and he didn't. He got in there way too late. This is why his homeboy took exactly. I'm going to smoke everybody involved. The Jacksons, and even the wrestlers that jumped in the ring. She hasn't seen this video yet, so you guys are going to get a fresh reaction from 2 professional bouncers, security, and martial artists, okay? So she hasn't seen this yet. We're going to start it off by her watching the footage. Then I'm going to tell her what happened before. Then we're going to watch what these stupid wrestlers, coward wrestlers, have to say about this. Lying coward wrestlers, I may add. Because one of them even challenged Rampage Jackson. It's like, what the fuck?
A lot of people were confused about how many strikes he took exactly to the head. Now, it was 22 blows to the head. Counting the slam, so I'm counting the slam with this. 21 punches, 1 slam equals 22 blows to the head, you guys. This is brutal.
Enough. So, first of all, there was no security. No one's talking about that. If I were working in security there, what would have happened? If I was standing by the ringside working in security?
Yeah, you would have stepped in.
Like, how fast you think I would have stepped in?
Super fast.
Like, how many times you think he would have got punched if I had seen it?
I think, like, right away, the moment that he was knocked out, and you would see that he was going, he would already be there.
Exactly. And she's saying this because she's seen me do this shit not once, many times. And what if I was in the crowd as a customer in the front row seats?
Yeah, you would engage it.
It wouldn't have been any different. The first people to blame here, in my opinion, are the organizers for not having security near the ring, or police or anything like that. Like, there was nobody there to stop this shit. We're the ones that stop this shit. Like, they should have had bouncers, security, bodyguards, you name it, whatever. Someone there to stop something like this from happening, because this can happen at any time. Also, the crowd can get into a fight with the wrestlers and things like that, right? So that's the first thing I'm gonna call out, is the event is unprofessional for not having security. That's one. And then 2, of course, everyone is gonna call out that his dad and him, which everyone is doing that. I'm not even gonna get into that. I totally agree with the argument against both of them. I don't like neither one of them.
Huh? No.
But that said, this advice here, he should have given it to his own son.
Be smart, young buck. Be smart.
Who jumped in the ring first? Before I get into this, let's just... Okay, the contest. I'm going to let her know what led up to this, so you can react, look over there, to what led up to this. What led up to this is that this kid got invited by some cowboy guy who apparently had beef with the guy that got beat up. So he somehow has something to do with it. I don't even know yet what, because it's like, oh, allegedly, right? Then, so he's in their environment, in their, culture, whatever you call it. The guy that he slammed before this, outside, on the outside of the event, on daylight outside, when they met, he smashed like a fake beer can or an empty beer can on his head. Because that's the kind of stuff that they do. The white guy to the black guy. So the white guy to the MMA fighter. And the MMA fighter got all upset about it. Rampage Jackson, like he wanted to fight him at that moment. The guy apologized 200 million times. Many times he apologized, Rare. He sort of, I guess, accepted the apology, even though he didn't want to fight him. So you would think it would end there, right? I mean, with all honesty, guys, and not defending Rampage Jackson's son, but if someone does that to me, they'd get bitch slapped and low kicked immediately, because that would just be my reaction. I'm not gonna, like, right away you're getting beat up. I wouldn't be thinking about it, making it all good, and then getting the person later. What happened later was that Rampage Jackson's son started live streaming with his fans. And they started to tell him that, how could you do that? How could you take that? And then a few people even said that they'll subscribe or follow him if he did something about it. Well, the guy was in the ring. So he just jumped in the ring to beat him up randomly. So it was premeditated. He's like live streaming, and he's there's images of this. He's talking about that he's not sure what he's gonna do to him. That he's gonna jump in there. He's not sure what he's gonna do to him. And apparently, allegedly, I heard also another part that his dad was having a podcast with Sneeko, that stupid YouTuber that got his ass kicked by Strickland, and he apparently heard about it, and apparently he also encouraged it. Allegedly, I'm not sure. I heard that in one. This is all allegedly. This is something I also heard in one of the videos. So basically, his own fans or his own people, a bunch of nobodies, were the ones who acted on his emotions, or they manipulated his emotions to try and get him in the ring to do this. And it was in LA, so this is under investigation by the LAPD. I don't doubt that he'll be arrested like soon. Did you see who got in the ring first?
No.
Okay. Watch. Who jumps in first? It's not the guy that's saying that he stopped it. It's this guy, the little midget. He jumps in first, right? But he's not able to stop it because he's a bitch. He doesn't know how to fight. He should have struck him. This guy right now that jumped in way after him, he's taking all the credit. He's taking all the credit. He went on some podcast, which we're gonna react to now. He went on some podcast, and they're exposing the event, and that they're trying to like get nobody to talk to the cops and this kind of stuff. They're trying to like I guess cover it up somehow. They're trying to cover their own asses. They should have had security. I keep repeating this, but he went on a podcast with some other dude, and he didn't bring the original guy that jumped in. Wasn't even how do you call it? He wasn't even in the podcast. The first guy that jumped in the ring, the little guy that wasn't really able to do anything. But that guy, I guess, deserves the most credit. But even he took too fucking long. All right. Now the second guy that came up, he's calling it out like he's the only one that went in the ring. I was the only one. No, you weren't, fool. You followed the little guy. And then he's talking about how he saw it happening in slow motion. No, fool. You moved in slow motion, you little bitch. I mean, this guy's trying to act like a hero now. And at the end of the podcast, he's talking about that he's challenging Rampage Jackson. So the dad to a fight. So that the money that Jackson gets can go to the legal fees for his stupid son, as if he doesn't have enough money to pay for that anyways. What are you, an idiot? And then this guy's talking about that the money he makes is going to go towards the healthcare of his friend. And that he's not a tough guy, that he knows he'll get his ass whooped, that he's just a regular guy that helps his friends when they're in need. Shut the fuck up. Like, why didn't you jump in earlier? You didn't see it happen in slow motion. You moved in slow motion. I actually see shit happen in slow motion. But by that I mean, when someone's throwing a punch and I'm seeing it, I'm already moving. This is why she's saying, like, I would have jumped in there immediately because that's my nature. That's what I do. That's what I've done for 20 years. Bouncing. I would have gone in there. I would have stopped it. I would have hit him. I would have grabbed him. I would have done something. So, wrestlers are pussies. This is an American wrestlers. I'm not talking about Mexican wrestlers because I've worked with these guys. Mexican wrestlers are a different species, just like Mexican boxers. I've worked with these guys. They usually come from rough neighborhoods. They usually have some kind of background in actual fighting before they become wrestlers. You don't just become a wrestler in Mexico. So, but these guys have no balls. If this would have happened in Mexico, trust me, they would have all jumped in at the same time to stop this guy. At the same time. If they all would have jumped in at the same time, all of these so-called friends, this wouldn't have even gotten that far. Maybe he would have been knocked out, maybe hit once or twice, maximum. Mm-hmm. But it's everyone involved here is a coward. The Rampage dad and son are cowards. The Rampage dad and son are cowards. All of the wrestlers are cowards. The only one that I would give some kind of credit is the guy that stepped in first. And do you know who actually should have stopped it? Who was the closest to stopping it? Because you have to rewatch this stuff a few times, guys. And most people don't because the images are brutal. But we're going to rewatch it a third time so I can show you guys who actually is the biggest coward in this, who should have done something about it. I mean, yeah. Right there, that guy laying down. That guy laying down is just watching this happen way before he jumped in. He's just laying there watching it. Like you're the biggest coward in this, fool. You're gonna go down in history as one of the biggest cowards ever in wrestling history. I hope this gets attention because everyone else is only talking about Rampage Jackson, like all these streamers and only focusing on him. And these stupid wrestlers are trying to get credit now for stopping it, but nobody rewatches the images. You need to rewatch fights and things like this over and over again. I've rewatched it more than anybody has, and I have the best way to analyze this because I'm telling you guys this from a bouncer's perspective, from an international bouncer's perspective, from a street fighter's perspective, from somebody who stopped fights for a living for years, and for somebody who actually knows how to kick and fight to the level that like I outkick movie stars and famous kickers all day long. This is what I do on my channel. I be calling out fake people. And these are all fake cowards. And Rampage Jackson included, even though he's a fighter, he's a coward because he's always out bullying people he can beat. So, like, slapping people, humping reporters. Like, what are you doing, bro? Acting like a fucking dog. Like, I've never liked Rampage Jackson. And it didn't start now. Here, watch. I made a video on him like about a year ago where I'm calling him out on some bullshit he said. And I even say in the video that I'm willing to fight him. Why? Because I don't like him. So I already didn't like these fuckers before this, all right? This is not like me trying to get clout. This is me simply showing you guys this shit from a bouncer's perspective, from security perspective, from a real perspective. So the people that came into the ring are all cowards. Starting with the biggest coward, the one that was laying down there doing nothing. The second biggest coward is the one that walked in after the little guy jumped in. And the only one who could sort of has a pair of balls here is the first guy that walked in. But again, like I said, even he took too long and he really didn't know what to do. So this just proves that A, American wrestlers are cowards. B, they don't know how to fight. C, they don't know how to fight. So if you can't protect yourself, you can't protect your loved ones. This is just what you guys saw. If these guys went into a bar, they would just leave their friends surrounded there to get his ass whipped. And not to like touch my tone about Mexicans, because I'm Mexican, but I'm also half Dutch. But us Mexicans, we don't do that, man. We all jump in at the same time, and we don't care if we get hit or not. When it's on, it's on. Like, we fight to the death when we fight, and we're used to getting in fights. Mexicans are like, we're crazy in that sense. But this is what they lacked here. They all lacked a pair of balls and actually knowing how to fight. And again, the event is the one that really should take the most of the responsibility and the heat of this. I don't know how much money they make, but they're the ones that should be squeezed right by the courts, in my opinion, because they're the most at fault here by not having security. I keep repeating myself. Probably this will change now after this. They will probably gonna have to have security now because it always takes someone dying. And then last but not least, and this was supposed to be in the beginning of the video, the health update. The health update on this guy. Oh, by the way, it took that fool, the little fool, you know how long to jump in? I also timed it. It took that little fool 8 seconds to jump in from the moment he got slammed. All right? And it took the big fool 14 seconds to get in there and back him up. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 6 seconds of him already watching the little guy not being able to handle it. So 14 seconds this hero had to stop this shit, and he didn't. He got in there way too late. This is why his homeboy took exactly, I don't know how many shots. I'll have to edit that in there. This is why he took that much damage, and that's a lot of damage. So he choked on his own blood and his own teeth. He didn't die. He was in critical condition. He was tubed up. He had broken facial bones. He's recovered now. Not recovered, but he is awake now. He's speaking, but he doesn't remember a goddamn thing. So how well he's gonna recover from this remains to be seen. And it's just embarrassing to see these guys talking.
We're here today, actually, because Doug
anyways, we're gonna react to the video now.
Over something that's going super viral right now because
Raja Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son, tried to kill a man yesterday, and Doug was actually the one who pretty much stepped in and saved them. So we're gonna actually play a few clips first of everything that happened. It initially started with the Wrestler SYKO STU smashing a beer can over his head, thinking that he was also a wrestler, that he was there working.
SYKO STU. Worried about SYKO STU. SYKO STU. What, you don't know me? Hell no. Yeah. Hey, I think that's a little... Oh, he's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down. Yeah, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it?
No, he's not a fucking worker, bro. What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
And then after that, SYKO STU apologized multiple times.
I appreciate it.
Give him that fucking receipt, bro. Thing I want to start.
What happened, incoherent, and then even from the people closest to it now that I'm disassociating with, they won't even put up the full story. Stu's pretty fucked up, I'll put it this way. What happened yesterday is he choked on his own blood.
On his own teeth, I heard.
Yeah, teeth and blood.
And he lost all of his teeth? Right.
A lot of them, yeah. Broken facial bones. He was out on the slam, and then the guy had made contact multiple times. I remember seeing that kind of being in shock, and then I just went. Aside of that, running in, there was other people that could have got involved that I made eye contact with, but they just stayed by the stage. Let me put it this way. I'm sorry to Stu that the people that said that they were your friends let this happen.
So how did you?
So that's what I mean. That's what I mean by him being a coward. See, he's lying. You were not the first one. You were not standing by watching no one jump in. What about that little guy that jumped in?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think he's a sellout, and he's probably not wanting to talk. That's why he's not on anything. But like, even though he jumped in, he's not speaking now. You should speak up for you and come to my channel if you want. I'll give you a platform and a voice, bro.
Because from what I understand, you weren't part of that match, that segment. How did you?
Anyways, I'm gonna fast forward this.
You could tell it hurt him. And that's a kid that didn't need that hurt. He needs love. He needs community. And we showed him that's how adults act. So do you guys know if Raja ended up getting arrested?
I don't on the fucking internet, because apparently the internet and the fucking opinions on the fucking internet mean more to you than anything else. I don't think your dad's a bad person. I think he's just trying to rib you. He's trying to harden you up. But you're sensitive. You're soft. You think everything is a personal attack.
You're soft too.
Come up, I'm going to hurt him. I'm not going to stop. They told me I could do it. They gave me the green light. This is going to be real. He's premeditating the...
He's that we're traumatized.
Let's fast forward a little more.
Who deserves that?
Yeah, ultimately, it's a good thing that you were there, because if you weren't, God knows what would have happened.
He would have killed him.
For real. And nobody else was going to step in.
Yeah. And by the way, Raja, that was me who bit you, asshole. I'd do it again, too, but this
Yeah,
time
he got bit and headbutted.
And where could people find you on Instagram?
Just the Epic.
Just the Epic. We're gonna pop up a link. Everybody go follow Doug.
And I'm not a tough guy. I'm not Billy Badass or whatever it is. I just stand up for myself and stand up for my friends. Don't think that I'm out here.
It took you 14 seconds, bitch.
Do some fucking hype shit. I'm just me. I just bring me. I show up. I defend my friends. I love it, and I'm willing to die for it. So I'm sorry for what happened to everybody that was there. I'm sorry for all the kids that were crying. I'm sorry for the families that are affected. Both parties, too. I really sincerely mean it. Both parties. I am sorry. I hope everyone gets their shit together.
Awesome. All right. I guess we're going to...
So, yeah, he challenged Rampage Jackson to fight. What do you think about that? Nobody wants to see a fight where they know you're just going to get your ass whooped, just like your son did. It's not going to end up any different. You're going to get slapped, and you're going to get ground and pounded. You're going to get your ass whooped, and you're going to share a hospital bed next to your homie.
Yeah, it's not smart.
Not smart. You're stupid. Everyone involved in this shit is stupid. And that advice, Rampage Jackson, that you gave those homies on the street, be smart, man. Be smart, young man. That's the type of advice you should have given your son. And that's the type of advice that maybe your dad or your grandfather or whoever raised you should have given you. You were probably raised by a single mother. I don't know that for sure, but hey, whatever. It doesn't matter. So the next video, guys. Oh, yeah, and for all you guys that are going to talk all day, because I did run my mouth, I'll fight Rampage. I'll fight his son. I'll fight the damn wrestler. Hey, I'll fight them all three at the same time. Why? Because that's what us bouncers do. If these three motherfuckers showed up at my bar and started some shit, I'd jump in and them all up. And if I fucked up in the midst of it, I wouldn't give a damn. I don't care if I lose a fight. This is why I don't lose fights. So the next video, guys. Catch you later.
Multiple reports. I talked to the cops. I gave them my information.
At what point did they show up?
15 minutes after the little bitch fled.
Now, I'm going to end it with a reaction to him fleeing and him calling him a little B about it. Now, whose fault is that? Have these guys ever even heard of a citizen's arrest? They should have pinned them down, held them there. They were already on him, ganged up on him anyways. And then again, I'll be repeating myself. If the establishment had security, the security could have very easily put him in handcuffed, restrained him until the cops got there. Till the next video, guys. Catch you later.